Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to Editors Week Celebration 2025. This event is organized by the Innovative Education and Scientific Research Foundation IESRF in collaboration with the Indian Reprographic Rights Organization IRRO and sponsored by IP Innovative Publication Private Limited. This year's theme, the role of editors in upholding quality and integrity in the AI era, explores the transformative impact of artificial intelligence on editorial process. The rapid integration of AI into the academic and research landscape has changed how studies are conducted, analyzed, and disseminated in the world. In India, where the research ecosystem spans diverse fields like healthcare, technology, agriculture, and social sciences, maintaining research integrity and quality has become both a challenge and an opportunity. Editorial workflows plays an important role in upholding academic standards, and they must evolve to address the challenges introduced by AI tools. Today, we will discuss how AI is reshaping the quality and integrity of the research landscape. Remember, the machine does not control us. We control the machine, and it is our duty to use it wisely. Because, as Dr. S.S. Jha has told in previous meetings, there is a man behind the machine, not machine behind the man. There is a man behind the machine. So let me introduce to our respected panelists today, and we are privileged to have you today, Dr. Manu Rathi, ma'am, senior professor and head. Welcome, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir, professor, Department of Anesthesia. Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, sir, reader and PhD scholar.
Yeah, hello.
Welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Dr. Nikita Pandit, ma'am, founder and director of IP Innovative Publication. Dr. Hana Ranji, ma'am, professor, Department of Ophthalmology. Welcome, ma'am. Dr. Soumya Gujjar, ma'am, professor, Department of Oral Medicine and Radiology. You are most welcome in today's editors meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before following these insightful talks, we will present appreciation certificate to our blog contributors as a token of our gratitude for their efforts. We hope today's celebration inspire and encourages you all to continue fostering excellence in academic research. Thank you all for being there. So before proceed further, let me share you slides to give a short intro of IESRF, IRRO, and IP Innovative Publication. I hope slides are visible to all of you.
Yes. Make it known. Yeah.
Yeah, it is visible.
Editors Week 2025, the role of editors in upholding quality and integrity in the AI era. So, first, we are facilitated by Innovative Education and Scientific Research Foundation is one of the leading non-profit organization dedicated to medical and scientific research. IESRF is associated with various scientists, medical professionals, research scholars, and students who are dedicated to research and development in the field of medical, health, pharmaceutical, nursing, dental, and allied science. In collaboration with IRRO, is a copyright society established in the year 2000. It represents the rights of author and publishers of literary work and has global affiliations with international organizations like IFRRO, registered by the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. It is the sole licensing authority to issue license to users of copyrighted work of its members, collect royalties on the behalf of rights owner and distribute them. Their mission to ensure the copyrights of author, visual artists, and publishers are protected, to build a strong RRO network that assists the economic and moral rights of creators and publishers. Now we are sponsored by IP Innovative Publication Private Limited is a leading publisher in publication of medical, dental, nursing, pharmacy, print and open access books and journals in India and serving since last 15 years. We are currently publishing 55 plus journals and 300 plus books in medical and health science subject. We believe in the power of open access to accelerate and dissemination of scientific research publication, which makes it accessible to researchers, scholars, academicians, and researchers community. Here below you can see few stats. The number of published paper, manuscript we are receiving day by day, articles downloaded and articles viewed. Recently, we have more than 10 plus journals in Scopus Index, and we are approaching for more journals to be indexed in Scopus. We are working for it. So basically, the most important point, MPRP portal, you know why? Because all the work, whether submission of manuscript, whether reviewing of article, whether you are a reviewer, editor, or editor-in-chief, our whole work process goes through MPRP portal. That is manuscript peer review process. So it is quite necessary to give you a definition, short definition of MPRP portal. What is MPRP portal and what it does? So manuscript peer review process is a web-based portal that can access 24 into 7 under good internet connection. It is a set of editorial services that allows the user to run journal efficiently. It includes journal pre-publication services, editorial workflow, and post-publication services. We provide a high level of flexibility so you can select the service you need and integrate your existing workflow. It allows smooth flow of all publication functions of an editorial office on a single independent platform. No software installation is required, only requires username, password to log in different panels. So why MPRP? Why MPRP portal is different from other portal? So what is the key point it is holding? So here it is. If you are researcher, if your manuscript is ready to share with world, our submission portal will help you with user friendly platform to submit your valuable manuscript for consideration, because it is having easy submission, tracking, email alert and notifications, direct invoicing, peer review process management, user friendly integration with ORCID and researchers profile. So this is all about manuscript peer review process, MPRP portal, and we are upgrading ourselves because we believe in learning. So this is all about. Okay, so now let's start today's discussion, panel discussion. Okay, so my first question is for all the panelists. How do we ensure quality control in AI-driven research? How do we ensure quality control in AI-driven research? So let me start with Dr. Hana Ranji ma'am.
I think
I'm repeating my question once again. How do we ensure quality control in AI-driven research? Because we are in AI era, era. So how we can ensure that quality concerns are taking place, all check and points are taking place? Yes, ma'am.
I think AI has definitely improved the quality of research, and it's reduced the time that it takes, especially for things like large amount of data analysis, which can be very time consuming. And even when we're entering data, we can make a lot of mistakes. So in those sort of areas, AI has improved the quality of research. But as you were just saying, it is the human beings behind that who have to make the final check, who have to make the last decisions. It's a tool. The tool cannot replace the person using it. And there have to be checks at every level. When research is going on, the principal investigator is responsible for the quality of research. They have to check the raw data. They have to check that things are going on smoothly, the analysis is proper. And then once the manuscript is sent for publication, the editors, the peer reviewers all have to check for the quality. It cannot be done by a machine. Machines can help us, AI can help us, but finally the decisions and the final quality of the paper will depend on the human beings behind it.
Yes, ma'am. Truly said, ma'am. Now, Dr. Manu, ma'am.
Yeah, I endorse the fact what ma'am has stated. AI is a great assistance in the research, starting from the very concept of the conceptualizing the research. It helps the researcher by sorting the plethoric literature which is freely available on the net and sorting out the relevant literature. It is a great help to the researcher, but that never means that it will do the whole job of conceptualizing the research. Agreed, if the AI advances so much that the complete task is delegated to AI, that can be done, but that has to be disclosed so that it remains ethical. The use of AI is not forbidden, it is there for every researcher's help, but it has to be disclosed in what steps it has been used. And
Yes,
as Madam said, it is utilized from the very beginning of the research in the methodology, not completely. It is not that the research methodology is delegated to the AI. Rather, it helps certain parts of it, and so that the speed of the research is increased, and also in the all the later aspects of completing research, writing research, and submitting, reviewing the research. Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Truly said. Dr. Soumya, ma'am. Ma'am, how do
Uh,
we ensure quality control, ma'am?
Yeah, actually, artificial intelligence these days, as ma'am's told, I would also tell that they are just an adjuvants, not the actual thing. They are just the tools. We are not totally dependent, but they are helping us as an subordinate colleagues. What we have in a setup, what we have, we ask them for a help like that. It has been assisting us in doing some work in a proper channel. But yes, it is the intelligence wherein, as the word says itself, it is just an artificial intelligence, not the natural thing, because it is all dependent again on the human intelligence. Yes, it is indeed incorporating itself and it is taking its peak in the research methodology, writing manuscripts and editorial processes, journals, and all. But yes, it is just an adjuvant and no need to depend completely on it. Yes, finally, as ma'am also have told that it is finally the humans who have to check it, because there are many few drawbacks attached to it, like that, for example, the disclosures and all what ma'am told, the informed consent and the data sets. It is all the data sets what we being the humans have been installed in it, and it takes up the same thing and gives the answer to us what we have fed into it. So it is that we need to finally, the humans have to take that final tick up to give the final confirmation. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, sir. So please share your perspective on the
Yeah,
same question.
everything is been said before only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll be taking a time for that, but I'll share my view till the time
Oh,
because
okay,
I'm
sir. Sure. Yes, sir. Sure.
everything has been said correctly till this time. Yeah, uh, it's been said correctly till this time. What I wanted to add is one should the humans they are managing the all AI system according to the time, change it according to the time, and find out what changes has been taken out and are the changes has been made or not. So validation should be done, assess the model performance and the data which has been feed to the artificial intelligence, and the humans have to review and validate it, the AI generated system, to detect the errors and bias.
Yes, sir. Well said, sir. Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir. Please share your insightful thoughts on the same question, sir.
Quality control in AI is just like, you are making some benchmark. For
Mm-hmm.
that, you need the data quality and integrity, the very first thing. Here,
Mm-hmm.
data quality means the data should be of high quality, diverse, free
Mm-hmm.
of biases, and it should be demographically not biased. Means you have taken the data from all the demographic peoples or places, and this is not the only thing. It should be validated before using the data, meaning their integrity, correctiveness, as well as you can say the disparities among the different places. It should all be addressed. And more important is the transparency in the data usage. I mean, the models that you are using should be interpretable, explainable. You should be able to tell ki which model you have used and what were the limitations. And validation already told. The only thing that is left is the ethical guidance. So whenever you are using to maintain the high quality AI use, you should adhere to the ethical principles. Here are the ethical review boards which have led the guidelines to mitigate the biases. All should be there. And finally, I would like to say there should be the clinical documentation. Whatever you are doing, at what step you have used your data from the AI, you should have clearly documented it. And as well as along with the documentation, you should also mention the limitations, like limitation of model use, like performance on the certain type of data, the potential for error in the specific context, all should be there. So there is a legal framework, and if you are using it for some work, then ensure that AI research adheres to the local and international laws regarding the data privacy, the intellectual property, and usage. So you need to be get updated on relevant AI legislative rules to ensure the compliance.
Uh, thank you, sir. Yes, Dr. Nikita, ma'am.
So I'm agree with all of your thought on the AI uses and being a publishing segment and especially I'm even publishing ethical guidelines and analyst. I did a lot of work on this. So what I find is the uses of AI is very important and use is the requirement even we can't say the plagiarism software is there for the one of the AI tool and the Mendeley, Zotero, Uruk and number of reference manager softwares are there. These all the uses of particular tools. There must be the ethical guidelines, as Dr. Lalit sir had said. So we have to adhere to the guidelines during our whole research methodology procedures etc, as well as the data analytics too, and finally during the publications too. So to follow the guideline, and if we are following the guidelines, then definitely the usage must be good for supporting the research and its publication.
Yes, ma'am. So, after going through the viewpoints and perspective of all the editors, here my next question is related to the first one only, because the first question generate the answers of the first question generated my next question. As editors are the gatekeeper of scholarly standards. Yes, editors are the gatekeeper of scholarly standards, play important role in ensuring that AI complements rather than compromise, isn't it? AI assist rather than compromise. It work as a complement. So my next question is, as an editor, so what are basically we can do from our side to maintain the integrity, to validate the work? As we are saying, we have to validate the data. We have to validate the data. We have to check this. We have to follow the ethics. We have to follow the rules and guidelines. What GADA basically AI guidelines do? They will show us the path. Okay, you have to check your paper like this, you have to follow this. So basically guidelines will help you to guide you as an editor. You have to maintain keep in mind these points. So what are the else point we will keep in our mind? Because these are the obvious, like we know that there will be AI guidelines. Many other publishers are like on their website they are AI lines. So uh, uh, rather than this, I want to know your perspective. You have to add at least one or two points, how we can validate the data, what we can do from our side as an editor, so that we can disseminate good research in world. So let's start with Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir.
Your question is actually not timely placed. Because you
Okay,
should
sir.
discuss all the things of the AI and the data
Uh-huh.
validation comes at the end. How will you validate your data and findings? Before that, you
Okay.
have to consider how the AI is improving
Mm-hmm.
your research product, how the editors are doing. And
Uh-huh.
finally, because validation comes only at the editorial level, it is not at the reviewer or the researcher level. So this should be the last question of the today. How are you going to validate the data? So
Okay,
I
okay, sir.
think we will discuss it at
Uh,
the end.
Okay, sir. I keep this
I agree
question.
with Lalit
Yes,
sir.
sir. Mhm.
And actually, sir, I thought Khushbu is smartly asking to all of us that because we are in the process of preparing the guidelines, okay, for the
Yeah,
AI usage
she is
guideline.
trying to
Yeah, so,
answer.
so she is trying to ask this during this session only. So good, Khushbu, but I am agree with Dr. Lalit sir that this question first you have to ask the
Yes, sir.
sir's question.
Other
Probably
questions.
you'll get the
Yes,
answer
I
during
will
the
these.
Yeah.
I will keep this question to the second last question, because at the last question is very much important. So, second last question will be this one, and the last question will be the different. So, the second question is, how is AI changing research quality?
Yes.
How is AI changing research quality? So, first question is all about to ensure quality control, and second question is, how is AI changing research quality? Yes, Lalit
So
Gupta, sir, we will start from you, then we will
So if
proceed.
you want to how the AI is changing the research quality, I would say ki the very first thing that AI-driven tools, they analyze the vast data set quickly
Yes,
and
sir.
identify the patterns that may be missed by the traditional methods of ours. They use the large learning machine models, which are improving the predictive analysis, doing the statistical work for us, and they are even drafting the manuscript for us. But the idea is your only way. You are giving them the idea, you are giving them the direction, and you are just doing what they think is good for you. So automated experiment tracking, like ensuring the consistency, reproducibility in research forward is there. Tools like ChatGPT and the new the DeepSeek, they can
Deep
improve the
seek, yes.
clarity of the scientific writing.
Mm-hmm.
And they most important is the reducing language barriers. If you see since last few years, the Chinese publication have suddenly emerged because the language barrier has ended. And with the help of these AI tools, you can easily put your language, any language data, and you can get in the required data, like in the English, Hindi, whatever you want to do. Even they can write the Sanskrit for you. That is another thing. Apart from that, I would say that they can influence the works, detect the retraction. You can help take them for doing the corrections, whatever has been advised. At least they can give you the insight ki how these things have to be managed. Because sometimes your mind is blocked because you think, how can my work is rejected? But when you see they have given you some directions, it should be done like that or in another way. So they are basically your helper only if you are giving them good direction.
Yes, sir. Dr. Hana, ma'am, how is AI changing research quality?
Yeah, I definitely think the quality of research has improved. And one point I'd like to bring out is that it helps you to optimize the use of our resources. You know that our funds are very, very
Ah,
limited. So the AI can help you to say, use this drug in this specific population. It will look at all the previous data and it can help you to be more focused. So definitely with resources, it helps you to optimize the use of your funding. And human bias is cut out. We all have our biases, and
mm-hmm.
with AI, that human bias definitely goes. So the quality is better. And one thing in medical field is it's showing so many things which we didn't expect AI. So like I'm an ophthalmologist. When we look in the eye of the fundus of a diabetic patient, we look for hemorrhages, exudates. But when AI looked at it, I'm sure you've all seen the video about 7, 8 years ago, Sundar Pichai. He said when AI looks inside the eye, they can tell when this patient will have a stroke, when they will have a heart attack. So it's things which we couldn't have even imagined couple of years ago. So that way the quality is improving, but definitely checks have to be there. If it's not supervised, the quality is extremely poor.
Very well said, ma'am. All points are very valuable. Dr. Manu, ma'am?
Yeah, because the quality in the research can yeah, AI is adding to the speed. One thing we
Mm-hmm.
are aware, lots of data,
Mm-hmm.
so speed, and not only speed with accuracy. So the efficiency is also improving, and with the efficiency also the reproducibility is more ascertained. And though research is human centric, like human driven, but simple process like data analysis that can be delegated to AI, because AI can think like human intelligence and can assist like an assistant. So increasing the efficiency, the speed, the reproducibility, and improve data analysis, that's how the AI is helping the research quality.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Soumya, ma'am.
Uh, Yeah, I also believe that AI has given us a more improved quality in the research. But yes, we can't deny that it is just a direction for us to go. But yes, they have improved at various levels. Yes, by what ma'am told, there is a reduced inter-observer bias, less time consuming, and various other our activities which are cumbersome and lengthy for us. They have shortened that same thing with a much of databases in the research with what we are thinking for today's date to do more things in more of databases. They help us in, for example, plagiarism detection, identifying data and statistical issues, checking for the logical consistencies by using deep learning and NLP learning, and also help us in reproducibility checks in various levels of research quality, maintaining the research quality to the supreme quality. And language clarity improvements, as the sir told, also they are drafting our manuscripts in various languages. So matching reviewer papers, also doing writing, everything at every step, they have been helping us to improvise the quality of the research. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Rakesh Pandit, sir. Sir, yes, you are sharing your valuable points, sir.
Dear publisher, we are facing lots of challenges and merit and AI have. First of that, the quality control. AI help us in manage the quality control of the research articles, which is day by day coming in our routine works. And it's no helping the credibility of the research content. It's helping the peer review of article generally considered for more credible and reliable information, quality and research and writings. Now it's helping in the detection of the errors. So AI help us in the helping identify the errors, inconsistencies, and methodology flow that authors might have overlooked through the AI. So these things AI is helping us, and similarly, AI is a part of the no advanced. We have tool for the checking the AI. There are limitations. So plagiarism is also. So it's controlling the fraud detection. We have guidelines, criteria, so it's helping detection of the fraud. Like algorithm, AI algorithm analyze and takes figure data and within the manuscript to identify the inconsistency and potential fabrications. Tools like clear skis, examples like application, etc. So many applications and AI tools is available in the market. Thousands of tools are there. So it's identify that. Plagiarism detection itself in plagiarism detection also. Peer review matchings and automated quality check systems like that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing valuable points, sir. All the points are very accurate and need of the today's era. Thank you, Rakesh, sir. Now, Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, sir. So please share your valuable points with us on the same question, sir.
Yeah, in yeah. In fact, all the points has been cleared before only. I just wanted to add one point that the AI generated results, these will be transparent. That's what I wanted to tell, and unbiased, as I think Madam has said it correctly, that the results will be unbiased. So all these things, plus we can take help of AI tools and improve it even quantity wise, like some of the work can be done by the human beings and some of the work can be shared by the AI generated tools. And in the data collection also, probably we can have the help of AI generated tools. And what if a person is doing with some examples, it can be done with X plus one samples with the help of AI generated tools, plus monitoring of the editor's supervision to it.
Yes, sir. Dr. Nikita, ma'am.
So, end-to-end uses of AI on the various steps, due from preparation of manuscript till the publication, and even after that, the citation and referencing tools also. So there are various number of tools, and which is helpful for the optimization of the work, as Dr. Hanna said, and even Dr. Lalit sir also tell the same thing, that it is the requirement of the hour also. It helps a lot and optimize our time. So I'm totally with this. Yeah, definitely there must be a guideline, and we all have to follow those all guidelines there. So the institution like Committee of Publication Ethics, ICMJ, and World Medical Editors Association (WAM), these all institutions are preparing the white papers on the uses of guidelines, and even few publishers also start consideration of those guidelines, and we also coming very soon with these guidelines on their AI uses.
All the thank you, ma'am. All the answers are very satisfactory. As yes, we can use AI to improve while keeping the checkpoints over it. So basically, this is the conclusion. Yes, definitely AI. We can use AI to improve the manuscript, to add, to assist it, but we have to keep the checks over it. So my next question is, what ethical issues arises with AI in research? Because if it is generating something, it is like helping us, it's like a compliment, so must be there some challenges and ethical issues will arise with AI in research. So my next question is, what ethical issues arise with AI in research? So let's start with Dr. Lalit Gupta sir.
So ethical issues, so I always say that there is always the bias in using the AI. All AI models can inherit the biases from the parent training data, leading to discriminatory outcomes, especially in the healthcare and social sciences, the demographic variations, the sex of the patients, the age group that has been taken for the generating the data. Moreover, all the models, especially specifically like the deep learning model, they function
Mm-hmm.
as a black box. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know how they have reached that algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and after even after that, there is always the issue of the patient or participant consent, data security, anonymizations. All these things are very important, and which are sometimes very important from the ethical point of view. And finally, I would say that AI generated results may lack reproducibility sometimes, because if the algorithm or the model parameters are not transparently shared, or they were built on which parameters, so the results may not be transferable to all the type of populations. And apart from that, the data can be used, misused in the ways to cause the harm. You give the prompt and the data is generated as per your will only. There
Mm-hmm.
is always a bias of the user. Whatever the thoughts are present at the present of making the question to the AI, and the answer will depend solely on that. And one more thing I would say, all applications in medicine and social sciences must comply with the ethical standards like the Declaration of the Helsinki or GDPR regulations. So if you are using AI for these, you should keep all these things in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So basically, sir, there is no transparency. So, what I got to know from your viewpoint, because we are not getting the algorithm transparency, we are not getting the, like, from where they are using, from where they are creating a content, because we are also providing content to the AI. Now, what we are doing, we are
Exactly.
uploading our content to.
Yeah, basically they are the black box Pandorma,
Uh-huh.
where they make the validation very difficult. You don't know which algorithm was used to reach at a particular result. There
Mm-hmm.
may be different algorithm of everyone's and the different data set on which that algorithm has been made. So you don't know how it has reached that consensus. That's why I always say there is always a high chances of the ethical biases.
Yes, you know, so Chat GPT and DeepSeek new. It's DeepSeek is from China basically. So DeepSeek is a quite a good version of Chat GPT.
नहीं,
So
ऐसा
I
नहीं है. This is
yes,
not like that.
No.
uh,
I if I say there is always a difference in every model. If you
mm-hmm,
go, well, whatever you want to do with your model, it depends on that. Suppose you
mm-hmm,
want to do the coding, you can go for
mm-hmm,
the Copilot. You want
mm-hmm,
to write, you can go the Perplexity. You want to
mm-hmm,
refine your idea, do the statistical analysis, you can go the ChatGPT. And
uh-huh.
you know, if you have the less resources and you want just how to draft your answers, you write the blog, then the DeepSeek is very good. If it is
Okay.
DeepSeek is not replacement of ChatGPT. It is basically question answer type of that. toolbox, chat tool. So
Okay.
it depends on how you are using and in which context you are using. You're doing for the research, for writing the blogs, the reels,
Mhm.
whatever you want, the Instagram post. So everything depends on how you are using the prompt and which model are you using. There is always a high chances of bias because that particular model is may have been made on some particular type of data sets. So you cannot compare.
Yes, sir.
Khushbu, can I come in?
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Manu, ma'am. Most welcome.
Yeah, if I may simply put it that if we have to train our assistant,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
suppose I have to develop a sports person,
Mhm.
if I teach them the person, say cricket, the person will be best in cricket. If I teach basketball or if I teach football, so they all are sports person, but they have their domain of expertise depending upon what they have been taught. So now
Mhm.
comparing it with this our AI, so what data has been given to them for their training will develop their expertise into that area, and that will have inherent biases what sir were talking about because of
Mhm.
what was the data utilized for training that AI model. And
Mhm.
another ethical concern over here is the data which has been utilized to train that AI model,
Mhm.
is the use of that data ethical? Has the
Mhm.
permission been taken or not? So
Yes, ma'am.
these are the two critical concerns, ethical concerns regarding these different AI models.
Ma'am, my question is that, as you said, ethical concerns. For example, if someone is searching something, do AI chatbots taking ethical concern? Why we need this? Where
Yes,
you are going to use that? I have not seen such kind of statement from AI tools. Matlab,
right.
I have not seen, ma'am.
So the ethical concerns it at a two-way.
Huh.
Before we use the AI, when we are developing the AI tool, sir
Mhm.
talked about how that algorithm has developed.
Mhm.
Has the ethical practice been observed in training the model so that the model itself has been trained on the ethical
Mhm.
guidelines? And after developing that model, is it
Mhm.
using like then the data utilized by this model is being utilized ethically to give any analysis? So there are ethical concerns both ways.
Yes,
I,
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Hannah, ma'am, please share your perspective on the same. What ethical issues arise with AI in research, ma'am?
Yeah, I think since AI is the new kid on the block, it's a new evolving thing. It's a toy for everybody. Everybody wants to use it. We want to minimize our effort, our time, our money. So the ethical issues only now we're beginning to realize, and we're waiting for good guidelines to develop. And
Hmm.
I think I'm old enough to say I was one of the first postgraduates to use Google to write my thesis. And my professors were wild. How can you do thesis work without going to the library? You cannot sit in your room and do. So from that stage, now you cannot write a thesis without Google, without
Yes,
PubMed.
ma'am.
So things are going to evolve. I would just like to tell two terms which I've come across, which I think we've been discussing till now. We're
Hmm.
all familiar with human bias.
Hmm.
What we're discussing now is AI bias.
Hmm.
AI is also biased because of what it has been trained on. Both Dr. Lalit and Dr. Manu have explained that. So that is called AI bias. The AI itself is biased. So we have to be aware of that when we use it. And the other term interesting which I came across is called XAI. And we're going to see a lot more of this explainable AI. So
Hmm.
the AI will give you some data, or it will write out your objectives for your study, and
Hmm.
it will give you some explanation from where it got this material. There will be some flow chart or something explaining it. So these are all future things, and we're still waiting. FDA, WHO, all these bodies are yet to develop and enforce their AI specific guidelines. So this is all evolving. So that finally it comes down to us as researchers and people involved in publication. We have to be responsible. People are trusting us. And
Yes,
Whether
ma'am.
fixed guidelines will be taken out, madam? I'm sorry to interrupt. It's quite difficult to take out the fixed guidelines for AI.
Hmm.
yes, everything is difficult at first, but it has to come
Hmm.
because misuse is definitely there. I've corrected my first thesis written by AI. Misuse is very much there. So guidelines are the need of the hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I add something?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Yeah, for as AI recently comes in publish nowadays, so we have to think about that, identify the ethical principle and standard of the AI. As a publisher, we and all have to decide the parameters of the AIs. So first we step the writing an ethical statement to then identify the issue, principle and standard that apply your research field and contents. This may be include the code of conduct, guidelines, regulations, law, govern disciplines, institutional or functioning bodies, and etc. It should be consult and relevant literature, experts, stakeholders, understanding ethical norms, expertise, and all those things. And AI should frame the ethical frameworks. Like clearing the ethical frameworks must be established for AI used in publishing industry, but especially for the research publication and content publishing. They should be address the data privacy, transparency, and accountability to ensure responsibility and implementation. So we should identify the policy and in the ethical principle and practice of the publication in AI. We should work on.
Very well said, sir. Dr. Somya, ma'am.
Uh, yeah. I think personally, AI is being giving us a tricky challenges in ethical issues. Uh, Being an active researcher for myself, I am facing few issues regarding the things what the ethical concern is being given by the AI to me. That is, for example, in case of intellectual property and credentials. Like I have been working in collaboration as an active researcher with many of the researchers into this AI with the help of a deep learning. For example, giving a deep learning some model to detect caries in some of the X-rays what I have been given to and shared with all that. But in this, I am finding the difficulty in assessing the intellectual property and credentials to be given to whom, either to the machine, artificial intelligence, to the humans. The credit is to whom? This is the question is being most commonly asked to me by the different researchers and collaborators who have been since years with me. The second thing what I have been facing is the informed consent. The patient to state that what we do in a basic procedures in a medicinal setup, what we do, we state a brief procedure that we are going to do this and we need a consent to portray your or display your biodata or anything personal things what we have of yours. But once we are feeding that, the patient consent obtaining, once we say that this is being to be fed to the computer AI and we will be using that, the patient says, no, 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 we don't know. How, and at this time, we are also not able to clearly justify that your data is safe with AI,
Yes.
studies and researches and all. And lastly, the reproducibility and accountability. This is again a main, these three issues are giving tricky challenges in ethical issues concerned to AI, what I personally feel and facing these days. So these to be what all the seniors and colleagues told, that particular guidelines need to be framed and we need to follow the guidelines separately in for the artificial intelligence.
Yes, ma'am. So I think maximum of the challenges and ethical issues are covered in this discussion, basically. So now my next question is: can AI improve peer review without replacing humans? Can AI improve peer review process without replacing humans? So let's start with Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir.
So
Sir,
what do you
can
mean by sorry, what do you means by the replacing the human beings
so
as a reviewer?
basically, no, as an editor, as an editor.
So it's a very difficult question because AI cannot do all the things. You have to do
Yes.
the things for AI.
Correct.
Human is not
So
replaceable.
Will
yeah,
AI,
It is
exactly.
not replaced.
so will
May
AI,
assist.
Will
They may
AI
assess you.
overrule or mask the role of editors? Will AI overrule or mask the role of editors in research community?
Well, AI cannot have the editorial oversight. Reason being,
Mhm.
AI cannot decide the ethical and bias concern as we have discussed for now. It can many AI studies lack the code and the data transparency, making the validation very difficult for everyone. AI in healthcare, finance, security may meet the it may lack the safety standards what you are needed. So is the information that you have uploaded on the AI can be shared at some database. So you need it cannot be like your complete what you can say. There is a regulatory and safety implications are there, and
Mhm.
moreover, you need the dedicated editorial period journal that AI
Mhm.
cannot be dedicated.
Mhm.
Uh, you can use only as a part for the peer review and decide what the things have been done by so far and how the progress has been made. Are the comments by the reviewers are according to the what has been asked by the previous reviewers?
Mhm.
So I would say like things are very difficult. It cannot replace the editorial. However, editor can take the help of the AI for some
Mhm.
editorial work. Because in case the AI has started replacing the editorial work, then there will be no editorial assistant, no editorial office, no editor.
Mhm.
Everything will be like this. The manuscript has been sent to the
Mhm.
AI. It will work automatically, and then there will be lot of things which is not good for the
Mhm.
human education and research field.
Mhm.
So it cannot replace.
Yes, sir. Kulkarni sir, you were saying something? Dr. Nikita ma'am? Kulkarni sir, am I audible to you? Kulkarni sir, you are sharing your perspective. Yes, sir. I think I'm not audible to sir.
Manurati ma'am, please.
Audible.
Just
Yes,
a
sir.
minute. It's my network is quite
Yeah.
poor. So give me some time. I think you can proceed with the next.
Okay, sir, sure. Yes, Dr. Hannah ma'am.
Yeah, I think as editors, we'll all agree that we wish we could have AI peer reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
Reviewing all the papers within 24 hours, and it will all be done in a very fast way. But there are definitely flaws, as Dr. Lalit said. Uh, but some of the good things is it picks up plagiarism. Plagiarism check is very quick and easy with AI, and it may help you to see if there are any flaws in methodology or in the way the script is written. And often AI can help make the paper more readable. It helps with language. Uh, and it can help editors by prioritizing. Like if there's some research which is urgent or which is some impactful research, AI can definitely pick up those manuscripts and give it to the editor. But I also feel it will not replace peer reviewers anytime in the near future because there are so many limitations and only humans can do peer reviewing.
Khushbu, may I come in?
Yeah, should I add something, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Dr. Rakesh, sir,
Dr.
please.
Man.
Please continue. Ma'am,
Yeah,
please continue.
I totally agree, but if we having a look at the like human interface is definitely indispensable, no doubt about it. Currently, and however, there are two aspects. AI is such a wonderful tool. Currently, it is mimicking the human intelligence and it is continuously being trained by the data. So maybe when it is more and more trained, it is conceptualized or hypothesized that it will overpass the human intelligence. That is one aspect, that yes, it will be more intelligent than humans, and it holds the capability of replacing the humans. And second, another, maybe I would say it is hypothesis, I'd say that there would be a AI, universal AI. It means the whole of the data, all the manuscript, scientific writings, journals, publishing, everything, because it would be integrated, it would become single pool. So there, when the uni AI is established, then there won't be any journals, no editorial process. It will be all automated through AI. That is one concept that is being floated, or I won't say it is concept, not at a stage of concept, but yes, idea it is there. Uni AI. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Rakesh sir.
Yeah, future of the peer review, AI enable to human oversights. The integration of AI peer review process promise remarkable improvement in detecting the fraud and enhancing efficiencies. This advancement also bring the challenges and necessities a strong ethical oversight and human judgments. This addresses challenges several key features we have, like human judgments. AI can't take the human judgments, and it's a machine language, so it's work as a machine based only. Human review provides evidence, ethical considerations, control, fully replaced. AI should support, not replace human judgment. AI will support only. Training and awareness programs. Continue training program for researchers and reviewers are essential to ensure the effective and ethical use of AI. Understanding AI limitation and importance of human oversight is crucial. AI can't provide all those supports.
Yes, sir.
Ethical frameworks. Clear ethical frameworks must be established for AI use in publishing industry, and this should address to as per data privacy policy, etc. So AI can't replace the human. We must have to work as with peer review systems, as per
Yes.
traditional peer review system. It will be help in no fast
Yes,
work,
sir.
quick and easy system, but we have to adapt it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Khushbu, just
Can
a
I?
very quick contradictory point, if I may.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
those factors, the supporting the AI is that as far as risk is concerned, the practical example is that the human-less cars, the percentage of accident is extremely less as compared to the human-driven cars. So AI technology has proved that it has more, like it was, there is a data given one in maybe hundreds or lakhs, which was much, much more with the human-driven cars. So AI is establishing itself at par, at least now, if not beyond human capabilities.
Yes, ma'am. Good example. Yes, ma'am. Uh, yes, Dr. Abhi Kulkarni, sir, you are sharing your thoughts.
Yeah,
Yes, you are saying something?
actually, I quite agree with Rakesh, sir, that AI should be a part of a peer review, but it is not replacing the human judgment as such. And because AI can help in improving the efficiency and automatically the administrative task which are been freed up, so automatically you can get more time and focus higher level of evaluation. The reviewers can focus on higher level of evaluation. Then AI can detect errors and inconsistencies that probably the human reviewers might miss it. And AI can provide transparent and explainable review processes, reducing the bias and increasing the trust. Like the influence which has been given, that can be expected in the human reviewers, that is been reduced by taking AI into the consideration. But again, the fact is that it cannot replace the human reviewers as such, but it can be definitely a big part of the reviewing system.
Yes, sir. So definitely AI tools are powerful. Yes, they will assist us in modifying our work, but they are not replace human judgment. They are not able to replace human oversight, editorial oversight, reviewers judgment, and editors judgment in manuscript, definitely. So AI is not going to replace editors and reviewers in future also. It was like fix. Yes, up to now, yes, there is no scope for AI to replace editors and reviewers. So stay tuned for two more questions. Let me share with you my editorial dashboard, so that all the participants will came to know how the editorial workflow takes place. Yes, screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
Visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, what you have to do, you have to first register yourself, whether you if you are registering yourself or as an author, as a reviewer, as an editorial board member, or as an editor in chief. You have to choose it from your own. Then you have to log in using your login ID and password. So this is how the editorial dashboard looks like. In the right side, you can see editorial board. If I want to change, I will change up to author or editor in chief or as a reviewer. Okay, so this is editorial board. Here you can see manage review articles. By clicking that, we have 2 points: article for review. So here we get to know the articles which were assigned to us for review, and in the next reviewed article. So for review articles, here there will be a list of articles which you have reviewed till now. Now editorial guidelines are also there. So here you can see Indian Journal of Clinical and Anatomy and Physiology. Here you can go in author instructions and author guidelines. In author instructions, all the guidelines are given here: manuscript submission guidelines, etc., etc. Huh. Editorial board zone. So editorial board guidelines, ethical consideration for editors need to be checked. So we are following COPE guidelines, DOJ, WAM, and OASPSA, and we encourage all our editors to follow these guidelines also. And same for the reviewers. There is only little bit change. And we follow the latest core practices applicable in publishing scholarly studies for editors, journal publishers, and institutions, as outlined by COPE core practices. Allegations of misconduct, authorship, contributorship complaints and appeals, conflict of interest, data and reproducibility, ethical oversight, intellectual property, journal management, and so on. Next, we have editor recognition. As editors are working for us, they are sharing their expertise, they are sharing their constructive feedback so that authors will do corrections in their manuscript, and we will share authentic research to the world, as we should be a reasonable and trustworthy citizen. So benefits of editors, what they are receiving, all the points are written over there. And we are also providing trainings to editors also. There is a resource section in our website. You can also go through that. If you want to add reviewer, you can add the name of reviewer email ID, and you can also suggest us like, this is a reviewer, this will align with this journal, because aim and scope is coming in category of that specific person. So you can also suggest us the name of reviewer, so that we can scan their resume and we can activate their ID. If you want to edit your profile, please update your profile from here. Please update your ORCID ID. ORCID ID. If there is change in designation affiliation, make sure to update your ORCID ID and update your profile from here also. Social profile. If you want to update your social profile, you can update here: LinkedIn profile, Google Scholar profile, researchers grade profile. Now important thing, edit your subject category. So if we want to assign you a specific article, and that specific article including a specific subject category, so this subject category will going to help us while assigning editors and reviewers. So from here you can choose your subject, like nursing, medicine, etc. You can share your subject. If your subject category is not mentioned over there, you can also add a subject category from this dashboard only. Now co-author manuscript, if there is any co-author manuscript submitted articles, you can see from here. If you want to give us suggestions or feedback, we are always welcome, and we are considering it. We are implementing it also. As I have told you earlier during the starting of the meeting also, we believe in learning. We believe in learning new things and update ourselves. So this is all about editorial dashboard. So this is a quick review. Basically, it's a quick review of the dashboard because we are not having much time. So now I'm going to share another slide with you. Okay. Yes. To our valued blog contributors, Your contributions have been valuable to our exploration of the role of editors in the AI era, because during this event we have received lots of blog contributions, lots of insightful thoughts. They have shared their new perspectives. We are very thankful for your submission. We thank you for your dedication and are delighted to present you this certificate in recognition of your efforts. Please accept as a token of gratitude from us. First certificate goes to Dr. Smriti. Congratulations. Dr. Bala Murugan, congratulations. Next, Dr. Kumar Guru, congratulations. Dr. Manuranjan, congratulations for sharing your thoughts. Dr. Uma Maheshwari, congratulations and thank you for your submission. Dr. Shikha, thank you for your submission. Dr. Shakira Mustaf, thank you for your submission. Dr. Vilima, ma'am, thank you for your insightful blog submission. Dr. Seema Dikshit, congratulations and thank you for the blog submission. Dr. Sharan Babu, thank you for the blog submission. Dr. Rohit, thank you for the submission of your blog. Dr. Mohammed, thank you. And Dr. Manoj Kumar, thank you for the blog submission. Dr. Mamta Mishra, congratulations and thank you for submission of your blog. Dr. M. Kishore, thank you for your blog submission. Dr. Lalit Gupta sir, thank you sir for the insightful blog and congratulations. Dr. Kuldeep, thank you for the blog submission. Dr. Durvinder Pandey sir, thank you for the blog submission. Dr. Sunil Kulkarni, thank you for submission of the blog. Dr. Supal Kaur, thank you for the blog submission. So thank you for sharing the blogs with us, and to all the participants over here who are watching the editorial meeting. Please go through the blog section, because there you came to know the perspectives of the editors, reviewers, and authors also. Because during the reviewers week we have also gathered lots of blog. During editors week we have received lots of the blog. During authors week we have received all the blogs. So please don't forget to visit our website and go through the blog section. So now, Dr. Lalit Gupta sir, most important second last question. We are all waiting for you to join us. Dr. Nikita ma'am. So my so my second last question. So how to validate the falsification and fabricated data? So instead, yes, we all know that there is a need of clear guidelines. We all know, yes, there are challenges. So but I want to know that, as it is an editorial meeting, so I want to know that what editorial board is looking for, what editorial oversight we need to check and control the use of AI in manuscript. So let's start with sir.
So this here lies the answer of your question.
Yes sir.
Should the training be given?
Huh.
So basically, the whenever the editor is using, you should know the basics of the machine learning, the deep learning, and the natural language processing. They are the typical things that AI generates. There are some few words like intricate, underscores, highlight. There are few things you can make out that this article is by the AI. You should know how the different models work, their algorithm, like that is supervised, unsupervised transformer, their neural working, how they are you familiar with their right way of writing. And regarding the statical, you should say, as I am saying, you should know the core statical concept yourself, like the biases, the overfitting, the validation techniques, the data handling, reproducibility, data transparency. When you know all the things, only then you can make out what is wrong with the AI article. Moreover, there is you can make out the methodological flaws like the data leakage, inappropriate data mismatched in your, just because you have given the AI and it has to come perform your command. So you should be able to make out. And for that, I would suggest you should do the workshop, the online courses, how they work. There are a lot of things also available on online, hands-on working, the AI specific peer review guidelines, all you should know. So what I just say, you should have a combination of the domain expertise, the critical evaluation skills, and as well as the understanding of the ethical and technical aspects of AI. Only then it can answer your queries.
Yes sir, very well said sir. Yes, Dr. Manu ma'am.
Yeah, sir has explained it very nicely. But here I would like to utilize AI itself to detect
Mhm.
the anything fake. So AI works better in situations. Those tasks can be easily delegated, which can be automated. And we know the limitation of the human capacity is very limited, whereas a machine can detect a very large data. So definitely, the as sir said, because some human expertise, the patterns can be, but machine is in a better position to analyze if there has been any overlapping or not. So this is the one area which can be automated, and AI itself can be put to task to detect it.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Hannah, ma'am.
Yeah, I personally feel that some of the AI material we cannot detect as of now. It's almost impossible to say whether this was written by a human or it was written by AI. And while we're all saying AI is an excellent tool to analyze data, my personal experience is even last year by now, Chat GPT was not capable of adding 2 plus 2. It will give you 11. It's very bad with numbers. It can only do what has been fed into it. And recently, we've been trying to do an AI thing to call our post operative patients. AI does not understand calendars at all. So it cannot say a patient has to come after 1 week. It cannot calculate the date and say you have to come on this date. It cannot say 6 weeks later what the date is. AI, as of now, does not understand numbers as humans does. So it's totally not reliable. Um, yeah, so these are some of the things which will improve. Definitely, it will improve. But as of now, I find it very difficult to pick out what has been written by AI and what is not. It's extremely difficult.
Ma'am, may I put a one prompt response to this?
Yes, ma'am.
See, actually, AI is so smart that the initial feature is it creates data. Then it is the advanced version are it makes it undetectable as well, right? So it is very difficult to detect the AI generated information. And ma'am's query is very valid. Ma'am, the solution which we find for this problem is the AI assistants. Actually, that assistant is a model or algorithm, whatever it is. It actually behaves like a human being. And the current research or the development is regarding the OpenAI is actually working on the developing assistants, and that serves this simple feature. And Khushbu, I will take a moment over here. There was a question in the chat box regarding the example of the car, because I endorse my example because I have personally done it. During my visit in a USA, I personally traveled into the car, so I can endorse it that yes, AI technology is working. It is on ground. Definitely, Indian scenario currently not. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Soumya, ma'am.
Uh, yeah, actually, ma'ams and sir have discussed very well regarding this. But I myself have a question. The summed up accuracy given by the AI, is that completely agreed by each and every individual? Actually, we being researchers are blindly taking it whatever the database it has been taken, जो भी वो data देता है या whatever it is being given to us is 100% नहीं 200% it is accurate, and we take that as blindly. And I think this accuracy questioning also given by the AI should be questioned and checked again. So yes, it is a high time we need to understand that yes, it has upper hand with all its positivities, but drawbacks are also attached to that, and we need to accept that also. At every level we need to analyze it properly, and the basics of the analyzing thing, what we do being humans in writing, doing peer reviewing in editorial process and all, we need to know the basics first to understand. As ma'am told that it is very smart, it doesn't show his drawbacks also, वो हमें it doesn't give any clue that it has done wrong to us. So analyzing that also needs a smart work, and that is to be needed, and its accuracy is again a question mark to me actually. That is to be again which is being blindly accepted by everyone. I don't know, I might be wrong, ma'am, but I think this is the question in me.
Yes,
So
Dr. Lalitsa.
one more thing I have to add. So very well said that AI is now the master. They can write flawless things. So this is the itself indication that it is written by AI. If you can't find any mistake in the written, it means that is by AI only. If you find the English proper, you find everything in the place, the documented, the style, the language, it means it's an AI. And then if you change it, check it with the softwares that detect AI, you can get your answer. So it is not like that ki human beings cannot beat AI. They can because they have made the AI. But you know how to beat them. You have to think like that. I am sure you cannot do the complex calculation in 1 second or 1 minute like they do for your things, but at least you can make out how they are working and you can think over like that, and you can somewhere you can just keep them. It is done by the AI. So this comes with the experience and time.
So, actually, I'm very curious about one thing regarding the acknowledgement. So, what kind of acknowledgement we are accepting from authors to write acknowledgement at the end of the manuscript? Yes, we are using this AI tool. Like what kind of acknowledgement? Because there are two type of acknowledge assistants: AI assistants and generative AI. What generative AI do? Generative AI generates images. Okay, so we are not saying that you have to. We are not considering AI as a co-author. Never ever, because in guidelines it was written very clearly, AI cannot be considered as an author or co-author, because whatsoever is written in the manuscript, it is totally in the hand of author, not in the hand of AI. Am I going to blame in future AI? Oh, I have read this article written by AI. Do I am going to search AI? No, I will not. So whom I should I blame? Of course, author na. Who is responsible for making the manuscript? The author. So I'm giving the acknowledgement to AI, so because I have written the content with the help of AI. So no. So what kind of acknowledgement we are demanding from author?
So the answer you have given yourself, what you want. The author should give explain it is a generative or the analytic AI. They have used the AI for generating the ideas, for making for paraphrasing, for revising their grammar, for statistical assistant, whatever they have done. It
Okay.
depends on your general policy. If you are adopting that things, what
Mhm.
author has written, or you are following the standard guidelines by the COPS and NMJE, which says
Mhm.
what should be, at many places there are the guidelines that even if you have done a particular part
Mhm.
uploaded to the AI, you should mention at what part was uploaded to the AI and what was the
Mhm.
responses. Was it was as an anonymous mode, what it was a secret mode, or was it was open? Because the data will be shared before it has been published by the database. So even if you are reviewing the article, you have to mention what the part of the article was uploaded, the small part, and
Mhm.
what step you have taken the help of that AI software. So you have to explain everything, whatever you are done with the AI, and it's up to the editor of the journal which has made the policies whether you have to accept or reject. As simple
Mhm.
as.
Should I add something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, AI techniques are designed to support the peer review systems, and
Mhm.
it's reduce the workload. It's improve the overall speed and publishing. But AI is now a threatened to generating a fake research paper. So lots of times now we are getting the fake research paper. Researchers are writing a papers in 2 hours, 3 hours. So AI, we have to control it.
Mhm.
It's very sophisticated AIT tools can
Mhm.
generate the fake research papers that difficult to distinguish from genuine research articles. This AI generated manuscript often contain fabrication of data, misleading conclusions,
Mhm.
paper mills, and quick to impress.
Mhm.
AI create the high volume of product submissions. Now we are working daily, lots of articles are coming, and which is unable to track in the plagiarism also.
Mhm.
So now it's a very big challenges. So how to detect the AI systems,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Dr. Nikita ma'am.
Kush-
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr. Rachi, ma'am, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I would add to the Kushbu's concern. Kushbu's concern was who's responsible for if something goes wrong. There can be another point. AI has done something good work, which is generating revenue also. Then who's the owner of that work? Anything positive happening, who will take the ownership? So it is not only the in case of accountability, as well as the data ownership is to be decided in totality, maybe positive or to ascertain the accountable person.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable point. Yes, Dr. Nikita, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes, Kulkarni, sir, you are
so
Lalit,
Nikit,
sir.
Khushbu, I was just telling ki generative means does not means ki you are generating only the image. The
Uh,
text, video, audio, everything, whatever has been
everything.
generated by comes
Yes,
under
sir.
the generative.
Uh,
So there is generative and analytic AI. Analytic,
mm,
what you are analyzing, how you are improving, and
mm,
generating whatever you are writing with the help or making, writing,
mm.
whatever you are doing, that comes under the generative AI.
Yes, sir.
So this was just confusion. So I clear it.
Nice.
Actually, there is a very thin demarcation between these all,
Mm.
right, sir?
Yes, sir.
As Dr. Manu ma'am said, the AI is smart enough. It will create the content and paraphrase itself, so you are not easily caught it. Yeah, there are various tools also there. In chat box, I'm seeing someone concerns about I authenticate.
Mm.
So we are using iAuthenticate, and it is, I mean, a good tool, and it is also even create a report with the AI. So, like plagiarism detector, it is detect the AI and other sections also. And for the number of tools are coming, the detection tools are, or the anti-detection tools are also there. So we have to aware about everything for process of one's acknowledgement to the single.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Kulkarni, sir, you are saying something?
Actually, it has been said whatever I wanted to say it. If something problem like something happens wrong,
Mm.
then who is the responsible? That is the question. And this actually one of the ethical considerations while formulating the AI. And I think the editors or the person who's managing that, that should be given the responsibility for that. That's what I feel.
Yes. Dr. Somya, ma'am, would you like to add a point? Any point?
Yeah, I like Lalit sir told. I also feel that everything what has been taken from with the help of a AI should be credited. Whatever at whatever steps we have taken the help from through the deep learning and machine learning, anything that has a that is the part of the AI should be credited. And the ethics till now, I think it takes time to frame the ethical issues
Guidelines.
regarding the guidelines regarding the AI. But still, we can't say no that many of us, without the guidelines, we have started accepting the AI like tools, plagiarism tools, authenticate tools. We have already incorporated them in our daily research, in writing manuscript, in doing everything, and we have been taking them with 100% accountability. Like, yes, these are the good ones,
Mm-hmm.
and giving the credit for them at every step, mentioning everything what support we have taken might give a good standard of that manuscript. And again, like sir told, it is again the editor's decision, journals editors and management's decision to take over, right take or no for that, for the further publication and all. It's all the editor's decision, I feel so. Yeah.
So, very well said, all of you. So, my last question is, and so we are approaching to a bright future. We all want bright future. So, the question is also related to the future. What is the AI future role in research integrity?
So it's already taken the future. There is nothing like that. It will be the only thing is that it is developing day by day, and you are also evolving yourself to how
Mm.
to take the help of the AI. So whatever you are doing with the AI, you have to master it, and you have to make it as a constructive, not destructive. There is a lot of things that you can do. You can falsifying the data. You can make the research which do not exist. You can make whatever you want to do with the AI.
Mm.
So it's your obligation, or you can say the ethical moral duty to
Mm.
use with the some ethical considerations and to for the welfare of the humankind and research, and not for the destructive purposes.
So
And the
what can
future
I
is
say?
bright.
Future is
Future is
bright.
bright.
Future is bright. Positive approach. Yes, Dr. Hana, ma'am. What about the future?
Yeah, definitely future is bright for AI. Worried about is how is the future for researchers?
Mhm.
Where is our critical thinking going? Where is our creativity going?
Mhm.
That's definitely something which we're going to see reducing.
Yes.
And I think we're all a bit jealous here of
Mm.
young researchers because the future is so bright and they're able to do research of such high quality, even as postgraduate students. So, very bright future.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Manu, ma'am.
Yes, to simply understand where are we in the era of I will compare it with the internet. Let
Mm.
us have a look back around 30 to 40 years when internet just stepped in. See, we didn't know. If we remember those who are mature aged, we know that 40 years back, internet, oh my God, what this is? Do I have to learn it? But we had to learn it. And in the past 40 years, what internet has done to our life, we are at the very same juncture for the AI today. So today everybody is skeptical. How can I just saw in the chat box, yeah, we have to learn it. Yes, as today nobody can imagine life without internet. So we are at the same step. We are beginning the journey on the AI, and what AI will unfold is unimaginable. So we have to learn it, and it will keep evolving. If somebody like asking what are the things available, it will keep
Mm.
exploding with the newer concepts, newer things. So we just have to take up this learning journey with the AI. And another one quick point I would take up is that there was mentioned in the chat box that Google is also AI. No, here it is the simplest form. What is AI? Google is information. Google simply gives what is available on the internet. Whereas AI is different from information. This is intelligence. For example, citing with the simplest of example, if we write Apple on Google, it doesn't know. It simply understand apples, whether it will tell about the apple fruit or apple the this laptop. But AI is the one. When we write Apple, it knows what Apple we are talking about. So there is a difference in information and artificial intelligence. So as we have learned internet, so we will have to similar way learn the artificial intelligence, which is going to explode in the coming era. That's what my understanding is. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Soumya, ma'am.
Yeah, being a researcher, I would say that uh, yes, artificial intelligence is evolving and proving itself in many points. What we discussed today in the panel discussion, maybe in regard to the accuracy, credibility, anything related to that, ethical issues, biases, freeness, and everything and all. But still, we are in hand. We can't deny that we are in hand with that, moving towards a bright and shining future. Yes, it has a shining future.
Thank you, ma'am. Rakesh, sir, please share your perspective. What is the future of editors in the era of AI? So, what is the future basically of research? So, unmute yourself, sir, please.
Yeah, future of AI growing day by day, and it's giving lots of learning, challenges, and opportunity for all of us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Dr. Nikita, ma'am.
Uh, Actually, I would like to acknowledge one of our editor, Dr. Avinash Prakash, who had mentioned his perspective in the chat for the future. So, in spite of sharing my own, I am following him because I am also, follow this thing. So AI will be a key partner in research, helping to analyze data faster, automate tasks, and even suggest new ideas. So it will work alongside researchers to improve accuracy and speed, making the whole process more efficient, even for the researcher, for the reviewers, for the authors, and for editors and publishers too. So I'm going with him.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
Dr. Avinash.
Thank you, Dr. Manu, ma'am, for taking the questions in the chat box. Thank you. So, as the saying goes, we all need people who will give us feedback, and that's how we improve. So, definitely, we improve ourselves by constructive feedbacks. And thank you for all the panelists for joining us today. So please accept as a token of gratitude. We are going to share certificates with you. Okay. So first goes to Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, communication, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we have Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining us today and sharing your valuable thoughts. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Manu Rathi, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your perspective, thoughts, and innovative ideas. Thank you,
dear.
ma'am. Next, we have Dr. Hana, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts, beautiful thoughts, ideas with us. Next, we have Dr. Soumya Gujjar, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today and sharing your thought-provoking ideas with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, we have Dr. Nikita, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. And ma'am is the driving force behind today's event. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kushbu. Thank you, everyone.
Special applaud for Dr. Nikita.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, in this event, we had, in the Authors Week and Editors Week and Reviewer Week, we had Innovative Publications Private Limited felicitate number of authors, reviewers, and editors for their contribution in the field of research. The name is more than 2000 so for editors, so we are unable to use everyone's name here, so please go through our website and download your certificate, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you.
Rakesh. Yeah,
Thank
Rakesh,
you. Thank you, ma'am.
Rakesh, can we request you to please give a concluding remark? And yes.
Before I give the concluding remarks, I would like to share about the little bit more about the innovative publications and activities which we are doing, because it's my moral responsibility to respond to all
Sure, sure.
editors and all those things. So please bear with me another 5 minutes
Yes,
for all activities about the innovative. So this is about the innovative publications, and we are innovative publication publishing 54 journals. Recently, within 3 months, we have come with three new journals. Onco critical care journals in 3 months back we have started, and journal is advanced and oral health journals, and this is a totally new journals, and one is the African Journal of Medicine and Pharma Research. So these three journals has come in our list, and most of the journals are indexed with Scopus and other guidelines, and the few journals get indexed with as per NMC guidelines in Scopus, DOAJ, and UGC care, which we have already explained yesterday. Innovative publication regularly working with all guidelines and following the guidelines about the author guidelines, editors guidelines, reviewer guidelines, and publishing guidelines and publishing practice. I request all authors, editors, reviewers to please follow the guidelines and share your inputs if you guide us, or if you want to share any new ideas, any thoughts. We are ready to implement in our systems. I will highlight about the author guidelines. So before submission of the manuscripts, all authors must have to follow the submission checklist. So it's improve the quality publication, quality in research publication. Then cover letters, indexing of study information is available on the websites. And we follow the COPE guidelines, like I already Kusu highlighted these things. We follow the COPE WMA guidelines, which is the our first priority in publication ethics. I'm just coming on the websites. We have all guidelines we have mentioned. So like this, policy and allegation in research misconduct, like COPE guidelines, WMA guidelines, and ICMG guidelines. Dr. Lalit Gupta is a member of the WMA. So I today I got some call from recommendation. If anyone want to become a member of the WMA, we will help in this. And these are the publication guidelines for the articles. Now, similarly, we have guidelines for the editors and reviewers. Editors have some guidelines, and there is the benefits, role and responsibility of the editors, which we must need to follow the guidelines. And benefits of the editors, I request to all editors, reviewers, please visit the websites and get the benefits of the editors and reviewer benefits, which will be helpful us in publication and research activities. Next is the reviewer guidelines similarly. And I would like to highlight the resources which is available in our with innovative publications. We have resources for authors, editors, reviewer, which we are regularly working. And if anyone issue any doubts, which is available 24/7 for resources for editors. So you can we organize various programs for training and supports. Editors can come on the websites and they can grab the knowledge, they can browse the resources, and which is for the in public domain. Again, resources available for the reviewers. We have organized various programs for reviewers, how to review, how to get the credit, how to review articles, COPE guidelines, and how to become a reviewer, which we have mentioned on the websites. And similarly, we have resources for the authors also. So these resources help authors in preparation of the manuscript, author follow the author guidelines, ethical guidelines and policy, how to submit the manuscript, and publication and post-publication services, etc. So those resources are available for websites, and we are working regularly. Our team is working regularly day and night for provide more to more resources for our researchers, scholars, academicians, and faculty. And I would like to more things. We organize various training and support program. We have information centers program where you can get the all information like NMC approved journals list, NIH journals cataloging list, manuscript submission guidelines. All guidelines is available here. So authors, all academicians can get the resources. Innovative publication is working with various societies and publishing partners. Like these are the journals which is associated with the different institutions, different colleges, which journals we are publishing. Recently, we get the Scopus Index journals, ITS college journals. We are published with IOS Society journals, which recently get indexed with the Scopus, and ISRF journals, Innovative Education Scientific Research Foundation. These are the societies which journals we are publishing, and we are closely working with new journals, some new societies, quality publication of the journals. So these are the resources. We have product and services like which we are working MPRP portal, which is available for the authors, editors, and reviewers as well as publisher. IP online journals for the library. Research profile for all researchers. It's work like a research integrity, and these services which is available for the library. So these are the major points which I would like to sharing with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the important information. Now, I would like to give a thank you note and most important announcement for editors and all the participants. So, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made the Editors Week a celebration, a success. A special thank you to IP Innovative Publication for their generous sponsorship, and to the Innovative Education and Scientific Research Foundation IESRF and the Indian Reprographic Rights Organization IRRO for their tireless efforts in organizing this event. We are also deeply grateful to our respected panelists for sharing their expertise and insights with us. Additionally, we thank all the participants, staff, and technical team for their enthusiasm and support, which made this event a memorable and enriching experience. And we are looking forward for your support like this in upcoming events. Now there is announcement. Stay tuned for upcoming event. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram to stay updated, and keep visiting our website for latest news and future editorial events. Now we have uploaded PDF of all the editors. There is a name of all the editors which have who have basically contributed their hard work. They have shared their expertise and insights. So a give round of applause to all the editors for their dedication, for their hard work. So please accept as a token of gratitude, you can download your certificate after this event. So please just type your email ID over there and download your certificate after this. And thank you once again for joining us today, and we are looking forward similarly like this kind of support each and every time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
One,
you.
one last thing. Actually, we are under the process of preparing the guidelines for usage of AI by the help of COPE and WAM, ICMJ. So we will share you or upload the draft for your consideration. So any input you want to share with us, please share it with us. We are looking forward for your all editor support and feedback on that. So have a great weekend. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, Dr. Lalit sir, driving force to guide us. Dr. S.S. Jha sir, who is not here right now, but yes, he will great mentor. And Dr. Manu ma'am, Dr. Hana ma'am, always you are here. Even thank you so much for joining at the last moment. We are sorry for giving you the short notice, but thank you so much for joining at the last moment. And thanks, Khushbu. You did a great job, and you also have a good class. Great. Have a great day ahead, all of you. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you for your valuable time and supports in organizing and supporting in all those programs.